Ever since CM Punk returned to AEW in June, things have gotten worse, with the latest being him ripping on Hangman Page. In this video, I have so many details as to what is going on with CM Punk, the backstage drama, and his negative influence on not only AEW, but more damning, Tony Khan, AEW president. Let's get into it. So, obviously CM Punk, he took time off from AEW due to surgery that he needed, as well as a suspension because of his actions at All In September of 2022, where he ripped Hangman Page, Colt Cabana, the Elite, and others at the post-event press conference, and then he got into a backstage brawl with the Elite. We didn't know if he was going to come back, but he did. He did an interview with ESPN where he made damning comments and pissed a lot of people off in that interview before returning on the June 17th, 2023 episode of AEW Collision, a brand that AEW not only launched, but is building around CM Punk, separating him from those who he don't like and those who don't like him, a la The Elite. Anyway, and I actually posted the video on the main channel, but CM Punk then went and ripped Hangman Page and knocking his merch sales after the most recent AEW Collision. Then reports come out that Hangman Page was brought to Saturday's Collision only for him to be told, hey man, you can't do your pre-tape that we brought you in for backstage. You got to go to a different arena. Okay. Then Dave Meltzer reports and Fightful reports Ryan Nemeth, the younger brother of Dolph Ziggler from WWE, who has mostly been used on Dark and Dark Elevation, and really just an enhancement guy, was told multiple times recently, hey, you're booked. He'd get to the building, and then they would tell him, you got to go home. And it's because he made a comment that he never exactly said Punk's name, but he strongly alluded to it because it was right after Punk calling the Young Bucks counterfeit Bucks in his return promo. Dave Meltzer now reports that there are multiple AEW stars, including Christopher Daniels, who is head of talent relations, and Matt Hardy, who have been brought to shows, in addition to others, who have been brought to shows and then told, hey, you're not booked. Go home. And it's all been at Collision. Well, what does that have in common? Well, CM Punk is only working Collision shows. And he has a track record now of those who he don't like not being allowed to go backstage. This is an extraordinarily negative look on AEW. It's an extraordinarily bad look on CM Punk. And more importantly, it's a really, really bad look on AEW President Tony Khan. Once again, as much as I want AEW to succeed, and as much as I actually like Tony Khan, he comes across as a pretty likable guy. Whatever, and I get it. Punk is a big draw, and he sells merch, and he draws tickets, and he does TV ratings. But dude, okay, you want to give Punk a second chance, fine, but if this is continuing, and you're just letting him just backhand you at every turn, that's a problem, and it's got to be confronted. He handled that press conference extraordinarily bad, and I'm sure he regrets not handling it differently. But guess what, bud? You can handle this differently. Come on, Tony. Let me know down in the comments there below what y'all think.